Hello everybody, this is Rosanna here, founder of Rosy Glow and Enjoy Yoga, and I wanted to make a little video for you about our breakthrough calls, why I offer breakthrough calls and what the power and benefits of these breakthrough calls are, because if you haven't personally met me, then this is your point of entry in terms of getting to know me beyond what I put online and actually getting a sense of how I work both in my coaching world and also as an intuitive empath. And how I can support you to have the breakthroughs that you want. So in itself, a breakthrough call is a shift, okay? It is a breakthrough in itself. So the point is whether you go on beyond this to work with me or not, just in having that call with me, you are going to have a lot of key gifts and benefits that are going to come your way that are going to support you with the next step in your own personal breakthrough. And whether you continue to work with me or not will depend on whether you're ready to, because when you are ready, the teacher appears, and it's getting clear on what's going to need to happen in your life. When you say you really want a change, it's looking at what's showing up and where your blind spots are. So, key benefits wise of a breakthrough call is, first of all, you get clarity. You get clarity on what it is you say you want and what you believe is standing in the way of you actually getting what you want. You also get a sense of prioritization from it. So what I help you to do is to get clear on what you're going to need to prioritize in order to have the results that you want. So being able to put the mess in your head, which is often the way it is and why we're not manifesting as we want, into some order that will allow you to see, okay, I want these things, but if I go for this one first, it's going to enable these other things to come about in divine and right timing. So those two things in themselves are very important. The clarity of knowing exactly what it is you do want, because often we think we want things, but we don't really want those. We want something else. We want the outcome that we feel it's going to give us. We want the feeling state that it's going to give us rather than the specific we think we want. So this is a very important aspect. We also discover your personal truth through the breakthrough call. So through answering the questions ahead of time that I ask you to, we get really clear on what you feel you are worthy of and what you deserve and what your key stories, narratives are in your own mind that are preventing you from having what you want because of the fact that you're carrying a truth about you that is a personal truth. It's not a universal truth, but it's bringing the results in your life as they currently are. So we can look at challenging that. You will get guidance from me in the call on what can actually help you to break through. So whether these are practical, simple steps you can take from now, or whether it's then going to be to look at doing some group or one-to-one coaching with me, or whether the co-creation success course would be the next step for you. I do have a solution for every budget. So in the end, if you want to further the work, I'm here to support you with that. So in the call, you'll get some guidance that's very much geared towards you being able to walk away and do something positive today, but also what you could do with me if you wanted to continue the work and how that's going to benefit you. Also, one thing that a lot of my clients actually talk about is when they do have their breakthrough call with me, they get a lot of comfort from realizing they're not on their own. Okay, this is a huge step because I've been through a lot in my life. So serious non-judgment zone is what this breakthrough call is. It's also a bullshit detection system. So what I do is I'm able to call you out on where you are feeding yourself stories that aren't supporting you to move forward. And I don't mean this in a negative way. I'm there like a unicorn with my unicorn horn, my third eye wide open to go, that's not adding up, that's not adding up. This belief you hold about yourself isn't supporting what you actually want. And then we look at how we can actually go about changing it. So both the breakthrough calls and the co-creation success course help you to get clear on what needs to change and some idea of how to change it, but to really do the deep inner work is going to require the group or the one-to-one coaching with me. So that's where we go with it. And then the power that you get from a breakthrough call. So this is an investment of £100, which is what, 120 US dollars, 130 US dollars, but like the power of what comes up is you uncover your blind spots. You actually see where you're holding yourself back, which in itself is so valuable. It's invaluable because so often we are walking around with our shoelaces tied up to each other and we don't even realise that we're doing it, and we keep tripping over ourselves until someone can point out that we've actually doing that. We're going to keep doing the same thing, right? So very important to uncover your blind spots. Feeling heard really is important. So many people don't feel heard. And you know what that's really indicative of is us not hearing ourselves. So learning to hear yourself and what your heart is really wanting rather than what your mind, your monkey mind, your ego programming is telling you you should have. We get connected to this heart truth. It's very important. Interdependence, you know, like understanding how things relate to each other, how the issues in your life relate to each other, whether you have an issue with an addiction or food, a relationship issue, a money issue, how they all relate and where the causal aspect is that we can work with first to have the result. Also, you will have a sense of accountability. You become accountable to yourself. You know what needs to change, and you get to prioritise how you're going to actually make those changes, because we have to start where we're comfortable. We have to start where the leap isn't too big that it sends us into freeze mode. We need to be able to take flight. We need to be able to say yes to our own success. So making that achievable is very important, and that's where the accountability comes in. And you get a plan of action as well as to what's going to need to happen and by when, in which order, in order to be able to have the results that you want. So this is all from one breakthrough call, yeah? Within 60 minutes, this is what we're doing. And as I've said, it is this point of entry because it allows you to become your own teacher first and foremost. When you answer the questions and then you come back to me, you're getting a chance to actually see where you're at and where you want to be and where the mismatch is. And so often I actually hear people saying, oh yeah, I'm 100% committed, I'll do whatever it takes. And then the same reasons come out. Haven't got the time, haven't got the money, I can't spend that much money on myself. What's the other one? There are infinite variations of these things, but basically I'm not worthy of deserving of this and I have no idea how I'm going to create the resources to make it happen, so I'm just going to back away. I'm not really that committed. And what you need to get to is you will do whatever it takes to get the results that you actually want. And that's what I commit to. That's what you commit to when you are working with me, doing whatever it takes. And you know what? Most of us are terrified by what that means, but it usually means that you're just going to back yourself up 100% and you're going to believe the impossible is possible in your perception to allow things to change. So those are all the wonderful things that come from a breakthrough call. If you would like to book a breakthrough call with me, then please follow the link below this video and take advantage of the offers that are available. So if you watch this before the 5th of January 2019, you've got 1/3 off breakthrough calls. I occasionally do this, but whether I do or not, it's worth the investment. And if you do decide that you are going to continue to do some coaching work with me, so either group or one-to-one, I will take the cost of the call off the cost of the course that you choose to do with me. This does not apply to Co-Creation Success because it's a much shorter and smaller, less expensive course, but for the other work, if you decide that you're going to go down that route with me, which, you know, you're already feeling a call to it, that's why you want a breakthrough call, then I will knock the breakthrough call price off the cost of the course, just to sweeten it up. I believe in you. Are you ready to believe in yourself? Because that's what you sign up to when you work with me. And that's what the breakthrough is all about. Lots of love. Namaste.